receiving in the light. I hope you do, I hope you stay. And never leave.
The Walker is a multidisciplinary arts center located in downtown Minneapolis that has contemporary programming in the areas of visual arts, performing arts, film and video, and design. Rock the Garden is one of these terrific events that was born at the Walker. It happens on the grounds adjacent to the Minneapolis Sculpture Garden, and it really started out as a showcase of national and local musical talent. And so the idea was to do something outside that would really draw attention to our program and that we were just more than a museum. Over time, this program has become also just a great way to introduce new audiences to the Walker, and particularly younger audiences to the Walker. But it really ties into the mission and brand of the Walker, which is to support new emerging talent.
The Walker has a long history of programming rock and new alternative crossover music. We've been doing this since the late 60s and 70s. We had Led Zeppelin here. We've had a number of different acts here over the years. Rock the Garden is just another manifestation of that.
We really don't want to do things that don't reflect what our mission is. So when we first thought about organizing a larger scale popular rock show, we always wanted to maintain programmatic oversight of it. So it's not just at the Walker, but is of the Walker. There's a curatorial relationship with bands who may be popular, but also are living in a world that's very connected to art and ideas and expression. We had an interesting experience last year when a really fantastic band from Duluth chose to make a one-song concert in their set, and it was a 27-minute long drone piece of one of their songs. And from my vantage point, it was fantastic. It was exactly what Rock the Garden should do. Half the audience loved it, half of it hated it. We got all kinds of debate going. It became a national kind of conversation about what do artists owe their audiences, and it became a discourse that an arts center should be at the center of. So, I thought that was fantastic.
These kinds of gateway events help build a kind of consciousness about what the Walker does, which is to support the artists of our time, support them early in their career and throughout their careers. And if people can discern that message from the concert, that this is what makes the Walker, then that's a win-win. That's a real success for us institutionally that reinforces everything else that we do.
Rock the Garden was really the brainchild of an individual from our membership department and fundraising department. They wanted to find a new way to really engage members.
But it was so popular, and we really saw the opportunity for it to serve dual goals. One is to drive new membership, to have a younger audience who's mostly interested in popular music come to the Walker and see it as a place that's theirs as well. And also, to make some money for the organization.
And so we just kept trying to kind of work the model, work the business plan. But over time, we really started to kind of understand and look at, what would make this, first of all, sustainable, but then also maybe, a revenue generator for the program that could feed back into the institution and support programs.
By the time the summer of 2008 rolled along, we realized we had a chance to reinvent Rock the Garden. We were able to bring in a local partner in The Current, which is the alternative rock station that's part of Minnesota Public Radio.
The Current, listener-supported music from Minnesota Public Radio.
I broached the idea of approaching the Walker about being a media sponsor on Rock the Garden, and through that conversation, it actually evolved into becoming a full partner with the Walker on producing the event. The two organizations really are allowed to play to their strengths. We have a lot of crossover audience, but we also have our own niche audiences, and bringing the two together just really allows for maximizing reach and brand and impact in ways that neither organization could do on its own.
Hi guys.
How are you?
Welcome. Welcome.
Made it to this day.
Made it, finally.
Man.
It's been
Months
hard.
and months.
Thank you
Yeah,
for all
thank
you've
you.
done.
Yeah, of course.
You guys want to come in?
Yeah.
You guys can come in. I think both organizations have seen just amazing benefits. Even the announcement of the lineup has turned into a buzz event.
89.3 The Current. I'm Mary Lucia, sitting with my friends Jim McGuinn and Philip Byther from the Walker Arts Center. It's all been leading up to this moment, which is the big reveal of Rock the Garden 2014. Jim, what made you want this particular act?
I can't wait to see everyone lose their minds on Saturday, June 21st, when we welcome Matt and Kim to the stage
Fabulous.
at Rock the Garden.
It's Matt and Kim with Let's Go on 89.3 The Current.
We've basically sold out every year since this event started. In the past few years, we've sold out 10,000 tickets within a day. So it's pretty amazing. Rock the Garden is an amazingly large production, both operationally, but also from a business model. It really takes an army of staff and volunteers. One lesson we've learned is it has a huge impact operationally on the Walker.
When we started to seize the opportunities to build this event and to invest in it and understand how it was helping generate revenues, it was important to help the staff understand how we might help support and build that capacity. Part of that is giving the staff resources and time.
This is going to eat up many months of many people's time, So I think in evaluating the net returns and the cost-benefit analysis, you have to think about the staff impact as well.
Recent concerts have cost as much as $1 million to produce. But it can generate as much as $250,000 and this coming year possibly $500,000 for the Walker.
I think Rock the Garden is a great example, of starting, with an ambition, making a few experiments, prototyping some new possibilities, partnerships, strategies, and then just continuing to build it over time.
Finally, after 4 or 5 years of doing it ourselves, brought in a partner, and that's really when it moved.
We share a lot of workload. We share a booking and producing philosophy.
We, of course, from a business standpoint, shared the risk, which is smart. We didn't take all of that burden on both financially or from a staff standpoint.
It sometimes is challenging. We have different sets of priorities and kinds of approaches to doing work. But it's like all good partnerships. You have to compromise in certain areas. You have to respect the other institution and what its orientations and needs are.
The partnerships really allow both institutions to work to their full capacity and beyond. Every community center, museum, arts institution has resources and assets and community reach that they can utilize. No institution is too small and no additional institution is too large for you to be able to really come together and make something wonderful out of it.
This is one model, but I think there's other models, not necessarily rock or pop shows, but things that have a commercial application, but that can also relate to one's mission. And it's a delicate balance. I know that those things often seem like completely opposite worlds, but I think this is an example of how they can live together and can actually deliver kind of multiple rewards, both artistic and financial.